Hey guys, it's just Scott here. I wanted to do a quick video for this week's sale prices. Our sales are still creeping up, still increasing. We're still in the multiple offer scenarios. We're still seeing all levels of home selling. Even I've seen the $2 and the $3 million homes also selling fairly quickly, which is a little bit shocking, which isn't usual. But that just goes to show you how aggressive our real estate market is. They're finally talking about possibly softening our market, trying to slow it down. And when I say that, don't get scared. What I mean by that is they want to just try to minimize the amount of bidding wars. I cannot imagine right now that we're going to see a huge dip in prices by any means. But I did want to talk about something a little different today. And that was a story out of London, Ontario. I don't know if you've seen it or not. But a buyer and the realtor had written a letter to the seller explaining who the buyer is in a lot more detail. And it hit home with the seller and obviously pulled on some heartstrings. And they ended up choosing this buyer even though she was the lowest bid. And she was the lowest bid by a significant amount of money. It was actually a $50,000 difference. But there was lots of similarities between the seller and the buyer. And the sellers wanted to help this lady out and get this home. Now, I think it's amazing that the sellers chose that lady. I think it's just positive. It's a positive thing to do, and I think it's kind of that pay it forward scenario. And there's probably lots of positive things that are going to happen to that seller because they helped out this person. Now, on the flip side, there's a lot of negative feedback. There's a lot of pushback that this happened because there's other people that didn't get that deal and they were willing to pay more for that home. Now, I'm curious what your thoughts are because this seller couple is getting a decent amount of negative press because of them choosing the lowest bidder, even though it was for good intentions. So I've got one of the articles here in the email. If you want to take a look, take a peek at it. I'd love to know your feedback because this is a strategy we use as a team. We always either get our buyers to write a letter or we do a video for the sellers explaining who our buyers are and their plans for their home and the things that they loved about the home because our job is to try to find common ground between buyer and seller because oftentimes you don't get to meet that other person. Now, in a normal market, as in pre-COVID, I would get the chance to sit down at the seller's probably dinner table and we have a conversation about the buyer. They can ask me all the questions they want about who they are and they want to learn about the plans are for the house. And we always have a nice conversation about who the buyer is because oftentimes sellers want an understanding on what's happening to their home, and rightfully so. Now, we can't do that nowadays. So now it's the letters, it's detailed emails, it's video emails, it's something like that in order for us realtors to get information about our buyers to that seller and the selling agent. Now, if you had this opportunity to choose between all these buyers and someone pulled on your heartstrings, how difficult would that be for you to choose that buyer? Now, it's obviously a very unique scenario because oftentimes money wins, but I think it's pretty incredible that this seller paid it forward and helped out this buyer. So anyway, I'd love to know your feedback. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully we're coming into some nice weather. It's beautiful right now, but we'll see what the weather brings this weekend. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.